Hello, peaceful people. This is Emily from the Peaceful People Project. Today I'm going to be participating in the Gaza's Ark initiative, which is a worldwide movement to stop the blockade in Gaza. So, the conflict between the Israeli and the Palestinian governments has been going on for over 200 years. So, I can't give you a full rundown of that now. But the blockade is the latest chapter of this conflict. It started in 2007 when the Israeli and the Egyptian governments blocked off the Gaza Strip as a measure of safety and security. So it was just supposed to be a military blockade by land, air, and sea. But the problem is, well, they're blocking military weapons from getting in and out. They're also blocking basic supplies. So the people in Gaza are doing without a lot of things they need. And also the children and the adults have to walk through streets filled with sewage, which is just wrong. Here are some pictures of that. As you can see, those images are pretty harrowing. No human being should ever have to live like that. Remember what I said last week about how people in places of privilege don't have to be activists, we get to be? Well, for the people in Gaza, they don't have the option not to be activists. If it was your child walking through that every day on the way to school, then you would speak up. Anyone in their right mind would. The military blockade may not be an actively, overtly violent means of addressing the conflict, but it's still extremely cruel. They're starving and suffocating an entire group of people, and the people who are suffering the most are the civilians, and especially, as I said, the children. So, in response to this, the children in Gaza are launching mini-arks that they've carved out of wood in protest of the blockade. Here are some pictures of that. So, the mini-ark movement has expanded. It's gotten out on the news, on television, in the newspapers, and most predominantly on the internet. So now people all over the world are constructing mini-arks of their own and launching them in lakes and rivers and ponds and bathtubs, and some of my vow friends did their own mini-ark event, and they just made paper boats and launched them in a basin of water. So I've made a mini-ark too. As you can see, it began its life as a carton of soy milk. It's not nearly as nice as the ones the children made, but as you can see on the front, I have a Canadian flag, because I'm Canadian, a Palestinian flag, and on the back it says, "Stop the blockade." I've sealed it all with mailing tape, so it stays reasonably waterproof. Anyway, I'm going to walk down to the waterfront and launch my mini-ark. I live in Barrie, so I live on Kempenfelt Bay. I realize that Kempenfelt Bay does not reach the Mediterranean Strip. However, the internet does. The internet can reach all over the world, and that's why we're doing this. The whole world is uniting in launching mini-arks in protest of the blockade. Hopefully, working together, we can put an end to this. So here we are at the waterfront at Centennial Beach. We're at the boat launching site. Normally this is for real boats, but I've pressed it into service
as our mini-ark launching site for today, because as you can see, I can walk right into the water. So it's getting pretty cold out here, so without further ado, let's launch our boat. I'm just gonna give it a little push, and off we go.